So there I was. I was gonna go to Harvard. It was obvious. I was gonna be a lawyer playing the goddamn system. And that was that. It was my old man. He knew. So what else could I do? I mean, there's no future in anarchy. I mean, let's face it. But when I was into it, there's never thought of a future. We were certain that the world was gonna end. But when it didn't, I had to do something. So fuck it. I could always be a litigator in New York and piss the shit out of the judges. I mean, that was me, a troublemaker for future. The guy that was one of those guys that my parents so arrogantly saved the world for. So we could fuck it up. We do a hell of a lot more damage in the system than outside of it. That was the final irony of it. That and all this. You're already thinking it. I guess when all was said and done, I was nothing more than a goddamn...
All the cute puppy noises. Nova, lay down, baby. Hi, how are you guys? Sorry, I just finished my movie, so I'm trying to figure out something else to put on. We'll go with the Breakfast Club. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, it's me, your very dry skin.
Just a reminder, we are just chatting about the puppy update today. Give me 1 second.
Introducing CeraVe's new intensive moisturizing cream.
Hi guys, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I'm just getting things started up here. Nice. That sounds horrible. Hi Kenesha, how are you? Not much. We are just sitting here. I came on today because I wanted to talk to you guys about an update about the puppies in Nova because I haven't been on in like a week, so I figured I would let you guys kind of know what was going on. So my dog Nova, my Great Dane, she had her litter over the weekend. On Saturday, she started going into labor. Yeah, these are my real eyes. On Saturday, she started going into labor and she ended up having dystocia. So that means that she had a really long and kind of tough labor. So she was in labor for 48 hours. She stopped having babies finally yesterday. And it was not, I don't know, it was kind of traumatic. There were, thank you. There were a lot of complications. We had 15 puppies that she had and only 11 survived, unfortunately. 2 were stillborn. One of them passed after it was born and was not able to breathe properly. And then the other one was, no, that's actually from me biting my lip because I chew my skin when I'm stressed out, and I've had one of the most stressful weeks of my life this week. It's 10/23. So, anywho, she had 15 puppies though. 2 of them were stillborn. One of them was born and then passed away a few minutes later. And then the other one was born, lived for 2 days and had no problems. She was thriving. She was the runt of the litter. And then she started showing issues of fading puppy syndrome. And I did everything I could to kind of get her out of that and had to try and feed her and get her out of it. And it didn't work, and she started having seizures and she passed away. So it has been a really stressful weekend and like last few days. Yesterday my husband went to work And then whenever he went to work, that's whenever the one puppy who passed away was born. And then that's whenever the other puppy started to show signs of fading puppy syndrome. So it got kind of stressful. And I do apologize because I know I haven't been live, but waiting for her to go into labor was a lot. And then whenever she finally did, you know, we definitely thought things were going to go a lot smoother. Our vet had told us that she didn't see any reason why she would have issues, and then she ended up having a lot of issues. I'm very blessed that we have her and we have our 11 puppies. Yeah, it was definitely really sad. It was a really long, traumatizing process, I think, for her, for me, my husband. It's just one of those situations where like nobody really walked out of the situation, I think, unscathed. Like all of our feelings were a little hurt after everything that had happened. So we do have 11 beautiful puppies though, 7 boys and 4 girls. So the odds are kind of crazy. The ones that passed away, 2 of them are girls and 2 of them are boys. So it would have been, the numbers would have been slightly, like, I don't know, it would have been like a third to 2/3, but yeah. I'm not giving them up for adoption. We are rehoming them to people that we know that are personally interested. We have a lot of family, and most of them, because they're Great Danes and Lab mix, so they're gonna be really big dogs. So most of them have the space for them. So yeah, they'll pay us back for and reimburse us for what we need and the rehoming fee, and then they will take the puppies. Hi TWC, hi guys, hi Carlos. Sorry, I figured I'd come on here and update you guys though. TWC, yeah, I get that. I had a really horrible day yesterday. I was just talking about that actually. Great Dane, huge bags of dog food, expensive. Yeah, she is pretty big. So she definitely does go through a lot of dog food, and the puppies are going to go through a lot of dog food. Right now, they are just going, you guys probably hear them in the background a little bit. They are just going absolutely nuts while they're eating. I've been trying to feed the babies a little bit with a bottle and syringe to help mama out, because obviously 11 babies is going to be really hard on her body. Thanks. Yeah, I definitely don't feel it. I am like, I don't know, I feel so gross. Between like all of the puppies and everything else, like I don't feel well. It's just been a really stressful situation, honestly. I have puppy formula that I buy and then make, and you just mix it up and you give it to them in a bottle or a syringe. Some of the puppies do better with a bottle. Some of them like won't latch the nipples. So some of them do better with like a little syringe. I actually have them right here. So like they're like these little itty bitty baby, and then like this is the bottle. So I mix up a bottle like this, and like this will feed like all the puppies a little bit to like give her a little bit of a break, so they're not all just gnawing on her. Like right now there's like 5 or 6 of them that are just sitting off to the side giving her a break. Yeah, it's definitely been a situation. We're currently you know, we're trying to stock up on our, no, you're fine TWC, trust me. Like I said, I was just letting you know I completely understand. But yeah, you know, we're just trying to stock up on like formula. We want to get like the puppy food stocked up, because there's going to be a lot over the next 8 weeks to like keep them all well fed and mama well fed, because she's eating a lot now that she's starting to like come down out of labor and everything else. Her body's finally starting to adjust and heal up, so she is eating a lot, and I'm really glad to see that, because that means that she's doing good. First while there, we actually were kind of scared that there was another baby and she was just having trouble getting it out, and yeah, it luckily was just after birth, but I was terrified. So we are considering keeping a puppy. I'm not sure if we will or not, but we are talking about keeping one. One of the ones that we were talking about keeping was actually the runt that passed away. So unfortunately, she will not be able to be that one that we end up keeping. But yeah, it was, I don't know, guys. Sorry, the last few days have just been just a lot, honestly. Like I said, I'm really proud of Nova and what she's done. She's such an amazing mama, and she is so, like, she's so wonderful, and she's done such a great job attending to the babies and making sure that they're cared for. I didn't have to pull out all the puppies. She had 15 puppies, and I only had to assist with, I think, 5 or 6 of them. So she would contract, and I would just kind of hold on to the baby and like gently help her maneuver it. I wouldn't pull. You don't want to pull because you can really, really damage the mom and the babies. So I just kind of helped her through it. And then whenever babies came out, like I said, we had 2 that were stillborn, but that didn't mean, you know, we still tried to save them because they were fully developed babies. So in my opinion, in my husband's opinion, we think that they passed while she was trying to give birth, because they were some of the longer like pushes. They took her more contractions to get out, and their water sac had broke before she had been able to get them out. So that was really stressful. But we, you know, we did try to save them. We did CPR, and we tried to do what we were able to. Unfortunately, we were not able to bring those ones back, and then the one that was born, it was breathing, but it was gasping for air. So I tried to clear his airways by like using my mouth and like sucking out from his nose and his mouth, the afterbirth, and seeing if like that would help, and unfortunately it did not. Yeah, it was real gross, but I was trying to save this puppy's life because my poor dog, she was so depressed. And so, I mean, I know that a lot of people think that like dogs don't, or animals don't register loss, but like she knew that her puppies that came out passed away were passed away. And she was sad. Like, she didn't want us to take them from her. So we wrapped them up in a towel, and we laid them with her, and she pulled them out, and she was trying to like nudge them to life and like trying to clean them to bring them back. And whenever she realized that she couldn't, she would just put them back by the blanket, and she would just lay her head on them, and she'd just look at me, and she already has sad eyes, but you can tell when she's sad. And like, I don't know, my dog, she's just been so like depressed since everything. So now we're finally in the state where like today was pretty blissful. We were able to just, I hung out. I won't leave her alone with the puppies because, one, I don't want her to get up and accidentally step on them. She's really big and they're really little. But thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, I tried everything I could to save her puppy. Whenever he came out, I couldn't, unfortunately, and that sucked. It was really hard to come to terms with. And then whenever the runt passed away, so we actually, my husband named her Kitty. She was the smallest one in the litter, and I actually posted pictures of her on the page if you guys go to my community. But her name was Kitty, and she was fun and vocal and like just so full of energy for such a little baby. And she was so cute. She, like, whenever she made her noises, she sounded like a cat. That's why my husband wanted to name her Kitty, and he really loved her. And I picked her up, and I noticed that she was kind of cold. And so I took her temperature, and she was 90, and she was supposed to be 94. So I started like trying to get her. Yeah, no, she will definitely step on them. She's not very aware. She's huge, and her feet are huge, and they are not, yeah, she's not very aware of where her feet go in comparison to the babies. She will definitely step on them. Even the vet said like to be careful, because she's not like, she tries her best to pay attention, but she will either step on them or she will just fully lay on them. And they're little, they're not big enough to get her. She's over 100 pounds. They can't get out from underneath her. Even though they're Great Dane puppies, they are not strong enough yet to be able to do anything to help themselves. So I don't really leave her alone with the puppies for longer than like 20 minutes at a time right now. But she's doing her best. She's doing really good. the security of everything can obviously go down after they get a little bit bigger and can move around and do their stuff. But yeah. Sorry guys, let me read back through these. My wife and I had to put our 13-year-old pit bull down who had incurable cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was really sad, like, watching her do that. And then whenever we finally did get to take the, like, passed away puppies, the first two, sorry guys, whenever we got to finally take them, she jumped up so fast, and we had to take her out with my husband, and he, like, showed her the puppies, and she, like, sniffed them, and then he put them in the hole, and she tried to go in the hole with the puppies because she just loved them, and she sniffed them, and she goes up to my husband, she, like, nudges him once love, and she's just looking at him. She knew what was happening, and then she came up to the door and came inside, I think, because she just, you know, she knew. She's very aware. My dog is, you know, I love her. She's aware of how she's, you know, feeling, what's going on, and I do believe that she's grieved the loss of all 4 of her puppies that passed away. Hi Lily, my day is great. I have the best shape. Thanks. How is Nova doing? She is doing pretty good. She is just adjusting, you know, to feeding the babies and her motherly duties, which she's doing great with. You know, today was the calmest day that we've had since the labor started on Saturday. So I think she's just kind of resting. Her body's finally, like, resting and healing and taking the time to just, you know, let her rest up. So we've been giving her food. She's been eating and drinking. She's used the restroom. And, you know, she's doing what she needs to do. So, and we're just trying to help her along. Yeah, no. Yeah, she's definitely very aware. She knew, and she knew whenever, like, I'd take the puppies that had passed away and I'd wrap them up, like, she knew that that's what I was doing. Yeah, it was definitely a lot, though. It was really upsetting whenever Kitty, the runt of the litter, had passed away. Because I had bonded with her, my husband had bonded with her, my kids had started to bond with her, and it just happened so fast. Like, I noticed her temperature was low. I started getting it up, and then I noticed that she wasn't wanting to eat, so I was trying to bottle feed her, and she wasn't wanting to do that. So then I called her vet, and then they said that they thought she was hypoglycemic, and to put syrup on her gums and then try and feed her. So I did that, and she was finally eating some, and I got her to eat, and then she started having seizures. And I think that that was the worst part of everything, was whenever she started having seizures, because I was confident I could get her through the failure to thrive or the fading puppy syndrome. I had watched so many videos and done so much research, and, like, I knew that I'd be able to you know, get her through that with everything that I was doing. But when she started having the seizures, like, I knew that there was nothing I could do. So she would have them and her whole body would, like, stiffen up, and then I would just, like, go like this on her back, and I would rub her, and I would just blow warm air onto her, and she would come back to, but she would, like, gasp for air. So I was trying to just, like, get air into her lungs, and then she'd settle back down. She'd be perfectly fine, like, breathing fine, acting fine. Like I said, she was eating at this point, and I was confident that they were getting better, because she would have the seizure, but then her body wouldn't go completely rigid. It would just, like, kind of, like, go a little stiff, and she'd come back out of it, and it was getting to the point where I didn't have to rub her to get her to come back. She was just doing it herself. So I thought that it was working, and then she went from having seizures like every 20 minutes to having seizures like every 10 minutes, and then every 5 minutes, and then every 2 minutes, and her little body, it just couldn't take it anymore. You know, she was really tiny. She was only 23. Sorry, guys. She was just a little baby, and her body couldn't handle the trauma that it was going through because of what was happening. And so I laid her with her mama, and she was feeding, and then she stopped, and she started having a seizure, and the seizure was just a little bit longer than the rest of them, and I just kind of knew. And that time she was gasping for air, and I couldn't get her back. I tried, and I did CPR, and I tried the rubbing, and I tried bringing up her temperature and doing all of that, and none of it worked. And so I lost it. Like, I mean, I cried so much. I've cried more over the last like 3 days than I have in months. And I just, like, I don't pray, guys. Like, I'm not a very religious person. I prayed. I was like, please let this stop happening. Like, please let her stop losing puppies. Please, like, please just anything, just stop. Like, I can't anymore. I can't lose another puppy. And that was, that was it. She passed away, and everything has been pretty calm since, but that was definitely a hard pill to swallow. And I knew the statistics. I knew that she was the runt, so I knew that she was, if anyone was going to end up passing away, I knew it was likely to be her. But I don't know, I guess, you always have that mentality of like, it's not going to happen to you until it happens to you. And I know that sounds really dramatic for a pet, but like, this was a lot for me to go through and a lot for my dog to go through. And like, I'm really empathetic. So like the whole entire time I'm thinking about my dog and how upset she is and how she just lost her puppies and how she keeps losing puppies. And I mean, guys, whenever I tell you, I was like uncomprehensibly messed up from the whole situation. So yeah. That is why I didn't go live though whenever she was having the puppies. I was originally, I know that I talked about that a few times, planned on going live whenever she went into labor. But things did not go as planned and became really traumatic and got really bad. So I'm coming on here today to talk to you guys because this is the first like kind of calm day that we've had. Nova's doing really good, and the puppies are doing really good as well. She said we might be related. You look exactly like my sister. Interesting. So my dog got shot by the police and they raided the wrong house. My dog tried to protect us. It happened to my aunt. Whenever I was growing up, I used to babysit for her. Dog was trying to protect them because the police broke into the house and they shot her dead. And she wasn't even like doing anything. She was just barking from the kitchen, and because they shoved my aunt and her baby on the floor. And whenever they did that, then the dog started barking from the kitchen, and then her. So yeah. But yeah, guys, so if anyone was wondering about any sort of updates about anything that I've posted on the channel or that I've said on the channel lately about Nova and the puppies, you can either rewind and look at that and see. Memory, I can't see your stuff right now because I am currently like live. If I go out of here, it will like close out my page, but I will definitely check it out. But yeah, so that's where we've been at. My real life is not so sad. Unfortunately, I'm just having, like I said, like just a rough point right now with my puppy. So I can kick a field goal with them front teeth. Aw, it's so great that you think that that's like a valid insult that I probably haven't heard like a million times in my life, you fucking idiot. Like, come up with something else. You guys are like so unoriginal. If you're going to try and dog me, roast me, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, you don't want to come after my teeth. You don't want to come after my forehead. You don't want to come after the fact that I'm fat. Like, trust and believe. You're not the first person. You won't be the last person. Sorry, Memori, you were not the person that was supposed to get hidden. I think it is that guy. There we go. So please take a shower. Girl, if you think I haven't showered through all this, you're crazy. I've literally helped birth 15 babies from my puppy, or from my dog. I have obviously showered. Said YouTube chat's not for the weak. Exactly. Like, you think that I came on here and didn't think that people were gonna try and come for the fact I have a big ass head, or the fact I have acne, or the fact that I have a gap in my teeth, or the fact that I'm not a fucking beanpole? Like, you're dumb. I've definitely thought that that was what was gonna happen whenever I came on here. I just don't really care. That's like the best part, guys, about having like self-love and like peace within yourself, is the fact that it doesn't bug you. Sorry. I have to keep doing head counts because we have 2 babies that always want to go underneath where the mama is and like go back behind her, and she will end up literally like suffocating them because she won't realize that they're back there. Said I felt horrible. Yeah, I apologize for your loss. That really sucks. My condolences. Yeah, it definitely was a lot, you know. And this litter for me was really important. You know, it was unexpected. We weren't planning on having puppies or anything like that, but we ended up having them. And after my male had left, you know, I was so upset and I missed my dog and just prayed and prayed and prayed to have him back. Well, now I have 11 little versions of him. If we want to talk about just the males, I have 7 little versions of my dog Kane. And some of them look just like him. Like, some of their coloration is this like really pretty brown silverish color, just like his was. Hold on, I'll see if I can show you guys. Okay, so this is one of the puppies. This one has Kane's color, so it's like silverish and like more chocolate leaning, whereas Nova is blue. She's a blue Great Dane, and hi Nova, she's a blue Great Dane, so her color is more like charcoal gray. But yeah, this is one of the little babies. And he looks just like my little Caney Poo Poo. Just looks like my little boy. So one of the first pictures I got of Kane, whenever I asked about getting him from the breeder, was she sent me his very first puppy pictures. And it included pictures from the day he was born, and he looked just like this little potato here. Like, just, guys, just look how cute. Look at that little body. I just love him. And look at his little feet. We're talking about puppies this stream, not capitalism. It's so adorable. I know, isn't he? Or she? I don't know if this one's a boy or a girl. Girl. This is one of the girls. So we have 4 girls, and they're all this color, or like this color and white. All of this like blue ones that look like the charcoal, like Nova does, all of those are boys. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, say look at me. Just a little cutie patootie. Sorry guys, I'm gonna let her like look around for a second because I'm gonna set her down and she's gonna feed. But yeah, so this is what I've been doing, guys. I've spent 3 days just cuddling and loving my puppies and my dog and nursing her back to health and trying to help her just be the best mama she can be. Am I keeping one? I am. So we're planning on keeping one. Hopefully, it's really up to me. Like, I'm indecisive on whether or not I want to or not commit to another dog right now, but I probably will because, oh, big stretch. I probably will because it was Kane's only litter, and this will be Nova's first and last litter. She's not having any more. It was unexpected, but yeah. Yes, Cloud. Cute baby puppies. This is one of our little girls. But yeah, I do want to keep one. I'm not sure which one or if I will stick to that or not, but I think I might. I don't know. I think I want a boy. I miss having my boy. I miss having my cane. There's 7 boys and 4 girls that lived, but there were 9 boys and 6 girls in the total litter because she had 15. Max, he looked like that when he was a baby. Yeah, exactly. Oh, who's bitching? You guys want to see another puppy? I'll grab one of the blue ones. Say bye, puppy. Hmm? Say bye. Yes, she did have them. There you go. Huh. You got a little wave. Oh, and one last yawn. Big stretch. All right. Look at his cute little tongue. I just can't stand it. All right. I'm going to grab one of the blue puppies. Okay, so almost none of these ones are as calm as that one was. I don't know what it is, but like all of the little blue boys, because they're all boys, look at him. But they're all like a little bit more hyper, so they just kind of, they wiggle around and whimper and make noises. I have a puppy. Big yawn. So yeah, this is one of the boys. He's a little potato. Oh, big yawn. If you like childs more than dogs, I like kittens. Blue potato, yeah, blue potato. Hold on. Can you guys like hear him? Just. They just make like the cutest little noises and I can't stand it. Look at him. He wants a nip. I gotta give him to his mama so he can eat. Hi, Bruno. I know, aren't they so cute? You're way too far away. I know. All right. If you're wondering who's screaming, it's this one. She was only screaming because she's trying to get to her mama. And instead she was running into the side of the pack. So we have a huge pack and play that they're in. So instead she was running into the side of the pack and play. So she's just screaming like, dear God, what's wrong with this thing? Also on the wrong side. Sorry guys. I have to like doggy pile them all up onto her so that way they can feed. And I like rotate them out because otherwise we have like a few of them that will just stay on her. Like today, I swear to God, one of the puppies stayed on her like most of the day. And unless I pulled him off, he was on her. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this video up, I think, on my page just for an update on Nova for anyone who wants to see it. I'm a freshman, I'm a mother. I was a mom in my sophomore year, so. Oh yeah, she's been super chill. Nova, so first off, I helped her birth all the babies. So she's fairly comfortable with me. She's my girl. I think she like knows, you know, that I'm a mom and that I know. And so she trusts me. Like I help her with the baby. Sorry guys, they're really loud when they eat. But she trusts me with the babies and trusts me to hold them. And I literally, like, girl, whenever I tell you, like, I went through it, I laid in the pack and play with my dog, like, on top of the blankets that had her afterbirth and her blood and everything else on it. I laid in there with her and just cuddled with her after she had the first round of babies, because she's my baby, you know? She's my husband's dog, technically. Kane was mine, but, you know, I don't have Kane anymore. I have her, so I give her all the love that I would have given to him. And, you know, she doesn't have him while she's going through this hard time in her life, and that was her, you know, her partner. So instead, I'm there for her, and my husband's there for her, and we have tried to, you know, fill in the gap of just, you know, loving her as much as we can and taking care of her and bringing her back to health, because, you know, she deserves 100% of us right now. Sorry, another baby tried to go right behind mama. How is my real life? My real life is pretty good. No complaints. Do I remember you? You were on one of my other live streams? Yeah, I have been very lucky that since she finished having her puppies, she has eaten a lot. She has been eating puppy food. My cousin, he's a breeder. He told me to give her cottage cheese and goat's milk a couple times a day, and it would help her put on weight because my girl looks skinny. Like, before she was pregnant, she was like perfect. She was a perfect Great Dane. She had muscle. She, you know, you couldn't see her bones. She was a beautiful Great Dane. And then she got pregnant and my girl got huge. And now she had all these puppies, 15 puppies, and her poor little body is just, she is skin and bones. So we've just been letting her eat as much as she wants, puppy food, keeping water down for her constantly. She's doing really, really, really good. But I will keep that vanilla ice cream in mind because I always have vanilla ice cream on hand. Maple syrup, just heads up, also does a trick for stuff like that. That's what I put on. That's what I put on the puppy's gums whenever she was going into hypoglycemia and having seizures and stuff, was to try and stop it, was maple syrup. What clothes Seven like? I don't understand what that means. What clothes do I like? I like t-shirts and skinny jeans and leggings and yoga pants and hoodies and punny shirts and witty shit. Like, don't mind the formula stain from the babies, but this one says University of Your Mom. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for a funny ass shirt or like a band tee or an Archie shirt. I don't know. I love t-shirts. Said I need it. Yes. Whenever I started college, I was like, yep, need one of those. So it's probably one of my most complimented shirts is my University of Your Mom shirt. And like, I'll be in Walmart shopping and I've had people stop me and they're like, I didn't know my mom was a university. Like, but yeah. Sorry, I've been a little like all over the place for this stream, guys. Again, you know, just super lots of stress going on and everything else. And oh, not to mention, I didn't sleep for like 2 fucking days, guys. I finally went to sleep last night. My husband was working, so he stayed up and he was with the puppies while I slept. And before that, I hadn't slept for 2 days. I was up with her and I was up with the puppies and just doing my best to make sure that she was safe and they were safe. When she started losing puppies, that's where I was like, yeah, no, I can't go to sleep until she's done giving birth, because if I would have been asleep or I would have just let her birth without my help, she would have lost probably over half of her litter. So I'm very glad that I didn't listen to everybody telling me, oh, you don't need to assist dogs. Oh, you don't need to be there when your dog gives birth. Oh, she'll do everything fine by herself. No, my girl needed me. She needed my husband, and we were there for her every step of the way. You know, she hasn't been alone not a single time since she's become a mom. And I plan on keeping it that way right now. You're an awesome puppy midwife. Thanks. Yeah, I do my best. I do have I have a half brother. Which countries do I want to see? All of them, eventually. See, look, all the puppies ate now, and it's, like, quiet. Girl, I was in there breaking the little sacks and everything with mine. You made the right choice to stay with her. Exactly. The first puppy that was born, she, like, I don't know. She was so scared whenever it first happened. She, like, it started happening, she was contracting, and she lost like a bunch of blood and stuff came out, and she like got up and ran around the room dripping blood everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, lay down, lay down, lay down. She finally lays down in the bed, and realizes that, you know, this is happening to her and it's not something just chasing her, and she gives birth to the first puppy. Well, she wasn't cleaning the sack off. Like, she was licking him, but she wasn't taking the sack off, and he's like trying to breathe and he's gasping for air, and I look at my husband, I was like, I have to pop the sack, and he was like, no, just let her do it. And I was like, if I don't do it, he's gonna die. He's gasping for air. You know, we gave her a few minutes to do it herself, but she just wasn't interested in doing it. She was trying to clean herself and prepare for the next puppy. So I ended up having to pop a hole in that sack whenever I showed her, like where I popped the hole and, you know, rolled it back. She ended up taking care of the rest of it herself. Hi, Paul. I'm well. How are you? So yeah, I had to assist with that one by popping that. I had to manually like help her. So like she was contracting and like trying to push the babies out, but she was so weak after so many puppies that I had to assist her with like the last 5 or 6 births. So I'm sitting there and she's like, you know, contracting, and I'm holding on to the puppy and just trying to like gently help maneuver it out of her, because, you know, you don't want to rip her, you don't want to tear her, you don't want to hurt her, you don't want to hurt the puppy, so you don't want to pull, but you just kind of help her gently maneuver the puppy out, one at a time. And that was something. I definitely was able to save a couple lives of puppies who I did that for. There was definitely, you know, a couple that I wasn't able to. Yeah, there was definitely a couple that, you know, I obviously couldn't do anything about, like the stillborns and stuff, but for the most part, if I could help, I did. And even the ones that I couldn't help, I tried. Like, you know, I did CPR, I did mouth to mouth. I tried to save these babies, like as many of them as I could. And I prayed to a God I don't even believe in to save puppies that, you know, weren't able to be saved, unfortunately. But what? Hi, Malima. Thank you. You fell on ice today. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I definitely did my best. What? All of the little silver boys are so vocal and just, they're funny. This is one of our silver boys. He's not all silver though. He's silver and white, so he looks like Nova does. She's silver and white too. But yeah, it definitely was a lot. He's hungry. No, he's not even trying to eat. He's literally just he laid next to Mom, and she's cleaning him and getting his bowels and stuff taken care of. Yeah, they're the tiniest little beans, and they're so cute, and they just make all the little noises. I don't know, dude. I'm absolutely in love. Yeah, Mama is tired, but she's doing so good. Like, she's doing so good. Hold on. Ah! Sorry, guys. All right, let's see. So that's Mama, and there's the babies. There's one behind her. But see, she's like doing her best. She's just cleaning them. Yeah, she won't like leave them alone for long, but when she needs to go potty or she wants to eat or drink, this girl hops up so fast. She's like, guess what? I'm out. But she normally makes eye contact with me first and like lets me know. And then I look at her and I'm like, you need to go potty. And then she hops up and jumps up and does her stuff. She had 15, but only 11 of them survived. But yeah, we got her like this giant pack and play. So it's huge. She looks smitten. Yeah, she's in love. She's a little skinny girl, but we're feeding her an awful lot, so trust and believe. Oh no, I am not keeping 11 puppies. That is absolute insanity. Like, if I was planning on keeping 11 puppies, I better have some sort of mansion, especially Great Dane puppies. Like, they're Lab and Great Dane, so they're not going to be as big, but they're still going to be pretty big puppies, and most of them are males. So, yeah. I don't, one, have the funds to take care of 12 dogs, but two, I do not have the mental capacity to take care of 12 dogs for longer than 8 to 12 weeks, which is what it'll take to rehome them. But I got Mama, and I'll probably end up most likely keeping at least one. So, sorry guys, I have not been as responsive to the chat today as I normally am, as far as like saying hi to people and welcome and you know, telling people to like the stream and all that good stuff, because I've just been, like I said, trying to focus on talking about you know, Nova and the puppies and what's been going on. Just trying to keep you guys updated. The chinchillas in the pockets, yes. Literally just keep puppies in pockets. Oh my god, you missed it. This little baby just like rolled. It was so cute. And I keep switching out like her bedding and stuff. I've switched it out like 3 times now. I keep washing. Like, I have this set of bedding and I have another set of beddings because she's so big and like bony and her body is just so like solid. She doesn't like to lay just flat on the ground. So the Papa dog, he ran away and passed away, unfortunately. But yeah, he was a silver lab. So that's why some of the puppies have like that color and then other puppies have that color, because some of them are colored like her and some of them like him are colored like him. So those ones are colored like her and those ones are colored more like Kane. But yeah. Thank you. It's okay. Like I said, you know, things happen. There was nothing that we could have done to prevent it at this point. You know, he was always wanting to wander, and if he could get out, he got out. Guys, make sure to double tap the screen and like the live. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because I will be posting lots of puppy updates and how they are. I don't have a channel monetized yet, so right now we're just trying to get there. So help me get to that journey and get to that like level where I am trying to get to. Sorry guys. So yeah, that is what my life has looked like for the past few days. How have you guys been? Hopefully you guys have had less traumatic experiences than I have in the last, 72 hours? I keep forgetting it's Tuesday. Not sleeping for 2 days like messed up my cycle. So like now I'm forgetting that we're on Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday. And we're about to be on Wednesday. But yeah, so that's where we are currently at with things, guys. Mama's doing good. Puppies are doing good. I'm doing better. And I'm finally able to just kind of focus on Mama and these puppies. Sorry, one of the puppies crawled underneath Mama's pillow that she lays her head on and like came out the other side, covered his body up with it. So my heart melted when I saw those puppies. My dog had passed away in my arms. I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, they definitely, I cried whenever I seen the first one because it looked just like my dog Kane. Like one of the first pictures I received of him was one of his first ever baby pictures. So he looked a lot like him. And the coloration was cool because I wasn't expecting to get any silvers. I was just expecting blue and black because genetically that's what they were supposed to be. But yeah, it was pretty cool that I got like a mix of her and a mix of him in all the puppies. Okay, now this one, this one's my favorite. I'm able to relax after such intense care and love for them. I haven't honestly relaxed since they've been born because I'm so like stressed out about losing another one because of the situation with the runt. You know, she was doing really good and then she just randomly started going really bad. So because of that, I just am really nervous and not able to really sleep well at night. I kind of just stay up with her and the puppies and I sleep during the day whenever they sleep, or I sleep at night whenever they sleep. But today was like the first day, like I said, things have been calm. So I'm doing my best to just relax and like enjoy them and be able to love them. But there's definitely some fear there that like holds that back a little bit. But this one's my favorite though. I'm gonna show you him before I gotta put him down. So look at his cute little, and then, oh, his little cute white toes, and his little cute white tipped tail. And he's a cuddle bug, so he likes to like crawl into like the nook of your neck and lay there, or be held like on his back like this in your hands and cradled. He's cute. You can't lay there. You're welcome. I know, right? Doesn't he? Like just a little bit of him. He just crawled through some, got his nose in it, got his little toes in it, and got his tail in it. Like, just look at that. Look at that cute little tail. And that cute little face. I just love him. Listen to you. Come on, let's go see Mama. No, not that. She's an asshole, and like whenever she wants to clean them, she doesn't give a shit if they want to eat or not. She just flips them all over the place like rag dolls. So that's too cute. He could blend in with the couch. Yes, Kane blended in with our couch. But yeah, guys, that is, that's my life. And for the most part, this is what it's gonna look like for the next like week or two. Did you know that puppies don't open? Did you guys know, though, that puppies don't open their eyes until they're 14 days old? That's like insanity. Do you want to know why it's insanity? Because kittens open their eyes up at like 8 days old. That's what I'm used to, is kittens, not puppies. So yeah, puppies open their eyes at like 14 days old. So for 14 days, these little shits are going to be blind. And their ears are closed when they're born. So they're blind and deaf. They can't hear anything. They can't see anything. All they can do is weeble wobble around and smell and taste. Puppies get goopy too, so be prepared. Dude, puppies are gross. Like, I've said this since the beginning. Like, the reason why I never wanted to have puppies is because puppies are nasty. Really nasty. Luckily, I'm pretty on top of, like, cleaning them and cleaning mom and cleaning up everything. But, yeah, they can be pretty gross and stinky. Like, puppies are stinky. Hello. Hand sanitizer. We just have like fuck tons of hand sanitizer around because it was messy, guys. There was not time for me to like get up and get out and wash my hands constantly. So in between helping her with stuff and doing stuff, I would like sometimes, because I just sat in there. If I went to get out of the pack and play, this girl like hopped up like she wanted to come with me. So I stayed in there with her for the most part for her whole labor. I didn't sleep the entire time that she was in labor and pushing out puppies. I didn't sleep until last night because I was finally confident that she wasn't going to just push out another one. That was so scary. Hello. Yeah, that was, I think, terrifying for me. It was like wondering like, oh my god, okay, is she done? Guys, make sure to double tap the screen. And the stream glitched out, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Ah. Oh my god. Sorry. I was trying to see something that popped up on my screen. Alright, guys. I think I am going to get ready to hop off of here soon because it is 11:16 and I'm tired and Mama's tired and the babies are sleeping. So it's better when they don't see. It's better when they don't see when they're going to see and explore. You're gonna run. Just kidding. I'm sure it's gonna be hard but manageable. Anything is probably gonna be better than whenever like cats are kittens and they like are figuring out they can jump on shit and jump in shit and scratch stuff and do things, because like, you know, kittens don't have the ability to retract their claws yet, so their claws are just constantly out. One of my kittens was confident that she could just climb my curtains. So the puppies, the worst thing they can do is chew stuff up. I have packed all of my knickknacks away, anything that's like low to the floor or anything like that, and they pretty much are gonna have free run of my living room. And my couches are already shit, so I really don't care if they tear those up. But yeah, it's gonna be like having 11 horses in my house, girl. Yeah, cats are more agile. They stress me out because like they can get into spaces and onto things that you don't think they can. You know, they're not. At least I don't have to worry about the dogs trying to jump up on my fridge. But yeah, they definitely will be a lot to take care of, but it's okay. It's only for 8 weeks, well, 8 to 12 weeks, and you know, that goes by fast. Like, I'm super excited for the fact that they are going to be here and that I'm going to be able to experience with them and, you know, train them, because I do want to have them potty trained by the time they go to their new homes. That wasn't a luxury I had with Nova or Kane. None of the breeders trained the puppies to go potty outside, so I want to train them to go potty outside and make sure that they're able to do that, which it's super cold where I live right now, so we'll see how much we're able to do that, but I am going to try. My my damnedest at least. But I want to train him to do that. I'm going to get him a fuck ton of toys pretty much to just be able to do, you know, play and do whatever. I wish my channel was monetized at this point, honestly, because I could have been trying to get donations for the puppies up until this point, you know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, something stupid like that. I think that that would have been really cool. But yeah, that's the goal. Lots of toys. Yeah, under couch, inside couch, everywhere. My cats fit underneath my one couch, and like the entrance underneath it's only this big. Mind you, I have Maine Coons. They're not small, they're huge. The only one of my cats that can't fit underneath that couch is Loki, and that's because he's 25 pounds. Oh yeah, no, if you go to my page, they're like literally my last like 10 shorts is all Nova and my puppies. They're just, you know, they're puppies. Everybody loves puppies. Yeah, it can definitely still happen. I have a ways to go before I get monetized, but we're working on it. We are working on it. Sorry, I'm watching one of the puppies in front of me like maneuver its way over to Nova, so it's going underneath all the other puppies that are feeding, so it can try and sneak and take one of the nips. Guys, I am going to wrap this up. Like I said, I will keep this live up on the page for sure, so that way it can just be there for anyone who's curious about Nova's birth story or anything like that. But it's, yeah, definitely, like I said, it was, you know, started out really good, got really traumatic, got even more traumatic, but we walked out of it with 11 perfectly happy, healthy puppies. Mama's happy and healthy, and we are making our way through, so everyone's good. It's definitely been a process, but we will manage to get through it together, and I appreciate your guys' support, whether it is support on this channel or support on Nova's channel. Just know that I appreciate it either way. How much more subs to be monetized? It's not even subs, so you have to get 500 subs, and I already hit that, but you also have to have 3 million shorts views, or you have to have, it's 3 million shorts views or a certain amount of watch hours for videos. And like, obviously I haven't posted any long form videos yet, so I don't have any of that done, but it's one or the other. I'm like not even 10% of the way to the shorts views, but I'm working on it. I'm not giving up. But I have one worry. I think it resets after 90 days, and I'm not confident that I can get 3 million shorts views in 90 days, because as of right now, like, I'm going to try and up my posting to where I post like 5 and 6 shorts a day now, especially of the puppies, because they get a little bit more traction. But I was only posting like 1 or 2, and I was only averaging like 1,000 to 2,000 views a day. And in 90 days, that would only be 90,000 views, you know? Or 180,000 views. So I don't know. I'm doing my best though. I'm doing my best. Alright though, guys, I am going to hop off of here. I hope that you have a wonderful night and stay safe, and hopefully I will catch you guys tomorrow. I do plan on going live at some point. I'm not sure when, so keep an eye out on the page for updates on that. Bye!